Hey folks, Chef Jean-Paul here, back again with Meat Eater. I'm going to show you a nice little doozy of a recipe. Now, Jesse Griffiths and I went down to coastal Texas the other day and we joined Brandon and Wynn on a flounder gigging trip. We got a whole mess of flounder. Hey Mason!
Yeah!
Nice fish.
Yeah, do it.
When I asked Brandon what he'd like to do with flounder when he brought it back home, was they would grill it whole and then make grilled flounder spring rolls out of them. I said, man, that's right up my alley. I'm going to do that for a recipe, and I hope I make them proud today because that was a really fun trip. Flounder is one of my favorite fish. Grill's getting hot. We got to make a little marinade kind of brush to add to this flounder as it grills, and that's what we're going to do first. So we have some lemongrass. We have ginger, cilantro, shallot, garlic, and lime juice, or at least limes, fish sauce, and this is grapeseed oil. You can use avocado oil, you can use peanut oil. I would not use olive oil. I want something really neutral, not bitter, and grapeseed is kind of one of my favorite things, especially with high smoke points. I have a VitaPrep here to make things easy. A blender or a food processor will work. So lemongrass can be pretty fibrous, so you just want to get into nice, manageable pieces. I don't know, about 10 pieces of peeled garlic. A nice little handful of cilantro, stem included, and leaves. Gonna go straight into there, all the way down. Take this shallot here. This makes it nice and easy. They're sweet, super oniony. Next is the ginger. About the same size pieces as I've cut that onion. So I'm gonna do 2 limes, split, and then with a juicer, getting some of that juice in there. Take a small pinch of salt. Fish sauce here. That's gonna add a lot of saltiness to it. Also a lot of savoriness to a very bright marinade. A good bit of it will go a long way. And then finally, I wanna add just enough oil to get those blades spinning, just about right there. Everything's in there. What we wanna do is close that lid, and then right, got that plunger, we're able to kind of mix everything around. Let's do it up. All right, that's looking wonderful. You can tell that's smooth. Once we start grilling that fish, we're gonna apply that marinade onto that skin. So we're not just gonna throw the fish right on the grill as is. We've got a little bit of preparation on it before we can really start cooking. All right, before you grill any type of seafood or fish, really anything, but especially seafood or fish, there's a couple things that you need to do to your grill to make sure you're gonna have really good success and not have torn skin, torn flesh, sticky stuff, and so on. You need to make sure your grill grates are clean. Not only do you need to make sure they're clean, but you need to make sure it's hot. And when I say clean, I just don't mean any solids stuck to the top. Take a bundle of paper towel, some grapeseed oil, which I really like for grilling. Kind of let it soak into that paper towel, and then just get a nice oiled grill top. Now that our grill's ready to go, let's do some simple preparations to the fish. This was frozen. I took it out of the cryovac and then I dried it off with a towel really nicely and let it sit uncovered in the fridge for at least 2 hours. It gets the skin really dry and the moisture off of it. This flounder has been gutted. Head is off. It's also been scaled. This thing's ready to go for the grill. The only thing I'm going to do is score it. All right, so just take a sharp knife and you can just gently score the fish. About 1.5 inches, 2 inches in between. Oh. Then come from this side. Remember that marinade I said nooks and crevices? That's why. Again, we have this grapeseed oil. Just a little bit of grapeseed oil just on there. Both sides. Salt. This is the only seasoning that's going to go on this fish right here, at least for now. Remember, again, we have the brush. Now I've already spread out my coal, so it's a nice even coal bed, mostly white, but a little dark mixed in. I'm just gonna go right into the center. You can hear that sizzle. That's a good thing. Now what I'm gonna do is just use my hands to gently make sure that that flesh is kind of touching those grill grates. That's it. And give this a cover. And when I flip it, and that's when I'll start adding some of that sauce. All right, the flounder's kind of been slow grilling for about 15 minutes on top of those coals. Let's give it a flip, take a look. That's looking pretty tasty right there. I'm gonna take some of that wonderful brush and just brush that straight on. Lacquer it on there, go thick with it. Every exposed surface, give it a brush. All right, we're almost there with our flounder. I want to give this guy another flip, then another little light basting. Should I say light? I should say heavy basting of this sauce. Try to keep it off the edges a little bit now, since I see that it's kind of wants to burn a little bit if it gets too close to the fire. So let's keep it off the edges. Paint it around. Just give it another 3 minutes and we'll be ready to go. Fish is looking nice. It's got sauce on both sides. It's been cooking over coal over the last 20 minutes. Come with me here. I'm gonna go ahead, just give it one more little bit of sauce, just light kind of thing before I bring it inside. It needs to cool quite a bit before we can start rolling into spring rolls. So before we start putting everything together, let's make a quick little peanut sauce for dipping into. I got some hot water here. This is just chunky Jif peanut butter. You can use the creamy. I like the chunky because you end up with a little bit more texture in the sauce. A little hoisin sauce. Some of the marinade from the fish. Keep mixing it, that peanut butter stick, it'll eventually thicken this sauce. Hit it with a little sriracha, you can kind of just get a little swirly bird. What you're gonna roll them up in is spring roll wrapper paper, and it comes dry like this. All you have to do is get a little room temp water. When it's nice and pliable, but not too soft, take it out of the water. Do your best to spread it. Now, it kind of reminds me of like fajita night, which is why I like spring rolls. Everybody can kind of make it really their own way. Now, you can put all kind of sorts of things in your spring roll. This is kind of classic, right? So you got green onions, cucumbers, vermicelli noodles, dill, mint, Thai basil, cilantro, pickled carrots, then also green leaf lettuce. That's looking pretty good right there. So all I'm gonna do is just take that, roll it right up, and that's it. That's your grilled flounder spring roll. Right into the peanut butter sauce here. I'm pretty sure even you walleye guys are gonna love this one.